You love your cat more than anything in the world. You buy them the best food, you make sure they have a warm place to sleep, and you give them all the affection you possibly can. But even with all that love, there are things your cat is quietly craving that most owners never think to do. In fact, some of the ways you're showing love right now might actually be pushing your cat away. You might be making well-intentioned mistakes that are slowly eroding their sense of safety around you. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how your cat wants to be touched, and I promise you, making these tiny adjustments will unlock a deeper, more incredible emotional connection with your feline best friend than you ever thought possible. And if what I say in the beginning surprises you, wait until you hear the final thing on this list, because it is something almost every single cat owner does without realizing how much damage it causes. Number 1 is the ultimate trap that almost every cat owner falls for. You walk into the room and your cat flops down right in front of you, rolling onto their back and exposing their soft, fluffy belly. It looks exactly like an invitation. So, you reach down and rub their stomach, but suddenly their claws are out, their teeth are wrapped around your hand, and you are left wondering what went wrong. The common mistake here is translating dog body language into cat body language. When a cat exposes their belly, they are not asking for a rub. The science behind this is entirely about survival. A cat's stomach is their most vulnerable area. It houses all of their vital organs. When they roll over around you, they are actually communicating a profound level of trust. They are saying that they feel so incredibly safe in your presence that they do not need to protect their most delicate parts. When you reach in and touch that belly, you are inadvertently violating that trust. You are triggering a deeply ingrained defensive reflex. The solution is simple but requires a shift in mindset. When your cat gives you the belly presentation, simply acknowledge the compliment. Leave the belly alone. Instead, offer a gentle scratch behind the ears or under the chin. You're telling them that you respect their vulnerability and that their trust in you is entirely justified. Moving on to number 2, let us talk about the base of the tail. You are petting your cat down their back, and as your hand reaches the area right before their tail starts, their rear end suddenly shoots up into the air. We call this the elevator butt. Most owners think this means the cat absolutely loves it, so they start scratching vigorously right in that spot. While it is true that many cats enjoy a brief scratch there, aggressively or constantly petting the base of the tail is a massive mistake. The biological reality of this area is that it is a highly concentrated bundle of sensitive nerve endings. It is a sensory hotspot. When you pet this area too much, you are not giving them a massage, you are actually overloading their nervous system. This condition is linked to feline hyperesthesia, where the skin becomes so sensitive that it physically hurts or deeply agitates the animal. You might notice the skin rippling, the tail thrashing, or the cat suddenly turning around to nip at you. That is not them being moody. That is them experiencing sensory overload. The solution is to practice the art of the long, smooth stroke. When you pet down their back, glide your hand gently past the base of the tail without lingering or digging your fingers in. Watch their tail. If it starts flicking or twitching sharply, that is your cue to immediately stop. Always leave them wanting a little bit more rather than pushing them into overstimulation. Number 3 brings us to those adorable little paws. It is so tempting when your cat is resting next to you to reach over and squeeze those tiny toe beans or hold their paw in your hand. They look like little teddy bears, and we want to hold their hands just like we would with a human we love. The mistake is trapping their limbs. You might think you're just holding hands, but your cat feels something entirely different. Evolution has hardwired cats to be both predators and prey. Because they are relatively small animals, their primary defense mechanism against larger predators is flight. They need to know they can escape at an absolute fraction of a second's notice. When you hold their paw, even gently, you're temporarily disabling their landing gear and their means of escape. This triggers a mild panic response. Their brain tells them they are trapped. To build immense trust, the solution is to practice passive contact. If you want to connect with their paws, place your hand flat on the couch or the bed next to them, palm up. Let them stretch out and place their paw on top of your hand. When they are the ones initiating the contact and they know they can pull away, at any moment they will feel completely secure. Never hold, squeeze, or pin their paws down. I want to pause for just a second. If you are learning something new about your cat right now, hit like and subscribe to help us reach more owners who want to truly understand their pets. This community is all about making our animals' lives better, and having you here means the world to us. Now, let us get back to the list. The fourth thing is how we touch their faces. We humans love faces. We kiss them, we cup them in our hands, and we smush our cheeks against them. You probably do this to your cat, bringing your hands up to cradle their little cheeks and rubbing all over their muzzle. But doing this aggressively or without warning is a major violation of their sensory boundaries. The mistake is ignoring the immense power of their whiskers. A cat's whiskers are not just long hairs. They're complex, highly sensitive radar systems that are deeply embedded into the cat's nervous and muscular systems. They use them to detect changes in air currents, to measure spatial dimensions, and to navigate in the dark. When you cup their face and bend or crush those whiskers backward, you are causing a phenomenon known as whisker fatigue. It is a deeply uncomfortable, overwhelming sensation for them, akin to someone shining a blindingly bright light directly into your eyes while screaming in your ear. It is just too much sensory input. The right way to show affection to their face is through the finger presentation. Hold one single finger out, slightly curled, and bring it a few inches away from their nose. Stop right there. Let your cat close the distance. They will sniff your finger, and if they are in the mood, they will gently guide your finger exactly where they want it, usually rubbing the corner of their mouth or their cheek against you. This allows them to control the pressure on their whiskers and ensures the interaction is entirely positive. Number 5 is petting against the grain. Sometimes, when owners are being playful, they will ruffle a cat's fur backward, from the tail toward the head, or vigorously mess up the fur on their sides. It seems like harmless fun, a way to play and rile the cat up. The mistake is misunderstanding how a cat's coat functions on a biological level. A cat spends a massive portion of their waking hours grooming themselves. They meticulously arrange their fur to lie flat. This is not just for vanity. Their coat acts as insulation, regulates their body temperature and protects their skin. Furthermore, their hair follicles are directional. Petting backward against the natural lay of the fur pulls on the skin in a way that feels unnatural and highly irritating. It also creates static electricity, which cats absolutely hate. When you ruffle them up, you're essentially undoing all their hard work and causing them physical discomfort. They will likely walk away and immediately start aggressively grooming the area you just touched to put everything back in order. The solution is simple. Always stroke your cat in the direction the fur naturally grows. Use a flat, relaxed palm and offer smooth, consistent strokes. Respect their grooming efforts, and they will see your touch as a comforting addition to their routine, rather than an annoying disruption. Number 6 involves how we initiate contact. Imagine you are sitting on the floor and your cat walks by. You reach your hand straight down from above, right over the top of their head to give them a pat. The mistake here is the approach. To us, we are just reaching out. To a cat, a hand coming down directly over their head mimics the exact trajectory of an aerial predator, like a hawk or an eagle. Even the most confident indoor cat has these wild survival instincts quietly humming in the background of their mind. When a large object descends rapidly from above, their instinct is to flatten their ears, shrink down, or dart away. You're inducing a momentary spike of fear and stress before they even realize it is just you. The scientific truth is that cats are highly sensitive to spatial hierarchy and looming behavior. The solution is to always approach from the side or slightly below their eye level. When you want to pet them, lower your hand and bring it in from a low, visible angle. Let them see your hand coming. Better yet, get down on their level, sit on the floor. When you remove the looming threat, your cat does not have to fight through a momentary panic response just to receive your affection. They can remain entirely relaxed. And finally, the 7th point, the one I mentioned at the very beginning of this video. This is the ultimate trust breaker, and it is something almost every loving owner does purely out of affection. You see your cat sleeping in a sunbeam, looking like an absolute angel, or they are just sitting quietly on the rug. You feel an overwhelming surge of love, so you walk over, scoop them up with both hands, pull them tightly into your chest and force a cuddle. You kiss their head and hold them tight. The catastrophic mistake here is denying them their autonomy. In the animal kingdom, being restrained is the final terrifying moment before becoming prey. When you pick a cat up unexpectedly and pin them against your body, you are entirely removing their agency. You are telling them that their boundaries do not matter, and that you have absolute physical control over them. Even if they endure it without scratching you, you will notice their ears might be back, their body is stiff, and the second you loosen your grip, they bolt. They are enduring the hug, not enjoying it. The deep psychological truth is that cats require a feeling of control over their environment to feel safe. The absolute best way to build an unbreakable bond with your cat is to let them choose you. Sit quietly on the sofa with a blanket. Ignore them. Read a book. Let them come to you. When they jump up and choose to settle into your lap, that is true affection. When they headbutt your hand, that is a profound statement of love. You build trust not by forcing your love onto them, but by creating a safe, calm environment where they feel completely comfortable offering their love to you. When you start respecting these boundaries, something magical happens. You will notice your cat lingering in the room with you more often. You will see them sleeping in more exposed, vulnerable positions. You will feel them leaning into your hand instead of merely tolerating your touch. You're no longer just a giant human who occasionally overwhelms them. You become their absolute safe haven. You become the one creature in the world they know truly speaks their language, and there is absolutely no better feeling in the world than knowing you have earned the complete, unshakable trust of the animal you love so much.